I'm here with volleyball head coach Bruce Atkinson after a heartbreaking 5-set loss to Northeastern. Coach, you guys jumped out early with the 2-set lead. Talk about those first 2 sets.
Well, I think that we did a little bit better job in the first couple of sets sticking to our game plan. Even though we were able to pull out those couple of sets, I didn't think that we particularly played that well. I think that we played well enough to get the wins, but I think that we struggled with certain things throughout the night.
You mentioned some struggles. What do you think your team could improve upon on those struggles?
I think we have to stick with our game plan. We had a game plan that we felt would put us into position to win. And I don't feel that we stuck to that even 50% of the time. I think that when things got a little shaky, a lot of the tendency was to just sort of run with whatever you're most comfortable with, and sometimes that's not the best thing to do. Sometimes that swing that you feel is your best swing isn't the right swing, and I think we did that a lot. We hit a lot of balls into their block, whether they blocked it down or not. We challenged them way too often, and we have to clean that up.
Some more of your struggles, you say, would come at the offensive end.
I think it was a all-around very average night for us. I think that defensively at times we played well, and at other times, there were some very easy balls that we should have gotten up, and we just didn't put ourselves in the position to do so. There were times in the match where they tipped and rolled us to death, and those are balls that we have to be able to control and to be able to run some type of a counter offense on, and we weren't able to capitalize on that tonight.
You talked about their roll shots. They really came into play the 3rd set and later. Talk about had you guys prepared anything for that, or was it just something that came out of the blue?
Well, that was one of the frustrating things. That's one of the things that we talked about and worked on all week long, and we unfortunately didn't execute how we've been the last few days of practice. And I think that we just have to be able to trust in our training, and not when things get rough, we can't reach back and fall upon old habits. And I think if we're able to do that, then we can be a tough team to beat.
All right, so the CAA playoffs are right around the corner. What preparations do you need to make in order to come out with some victories there?
It just all comes down to, are we able to maintain ball control and run our offense and our defense as we've practiced every day. I feel that any team in the CAA can beat any team on a given night, and I think that if we're going to have success, then we have to play our game. We can't worry as much about what they're going to do on the other side. We just need to keep it clean on our side.
Tomorrow you play Hofstra. It'll be your last home game of the regular season. Talk about that game.
Well, it's a very important game now. It's one of those. Hofstra's a very tough team. They've had some ups and downs throughout the year, but it's one of those teams that if you're not playing at your top level, then they will make you pay. And we need to come out strong, and we have a different game plan, and we need to stick to that game plan throughout from first point to last.
Okay, good luck this weekend, Coach. And now I'll toss it over to Alex with more.
Thanks, Ray. I'm here with freshman libero, Paige Sekerak. So your family just saw you play Northeastern for the first time. How do you think it was playing at home?
Playing at home is always just so much better because you have your fans cheering for you, and especially Northeastern because it's way up north. Like, we hardly had any fans up there. So to finally come down here and have our fans here cheering for us is awesome.
What was the mindset going into this game, especially defensively against top-ranked Northeastern?
Well, especially after our loss to them last time, we just wanted to come out strong. And as a defensive player, I was like, they are not going to get one kill on me. I have to get everything up. But as a team, we wanted to beat them so bad because of the last match.
You did very well picking everything up, but they killed you with the tips, the roll shots, just those little hits. How did you guys adjust, and what are you going to tweak defensively?
Mostly we think it's just a mindset thing, and you can't think, oh, they can't make that drop on me. Like, I have to get it up. It's more of a mindset. So all the defensive players were just kind of like, look, we got to get these up. We got to do something about it. So it's more of a mindset thing for us.
What mindset are you going to going into tomorrow against Hofstra?
Oh, it's a brand new one. This match was today. Tomorrow playing Hofstra, and we want to come out with strong and crush them. We want to have a really nice win, make up for tonight.
You are the heart of the defense, and you bring up so much morale. Every huddle, you're seen stomping twice, and you have a little bit of a two-step. Do you feel any pressure, or does it just come naturally just to boost everyone up?
I just like to boost everyone up. I mean, it's really easy, especially Evan out there. My gosh, she makes me feel so much more comfortable doing it because she's even crazier. And just having all my teammates there, it's just kind of, that's all I know. So just go with it.